We can now bring in Sylvain Cypel, journalist and author of Walled, Israeli Society at an Impasse. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here on France 24 today. Now, historically, France's Middle East policy has been very unique, this when compared to the United Kingdom or the United States. Is that still the case today?
I would answer no. Clearly no. It stopped. I would say it's after Chirac, the new president, Sarkozy, had a policy that was much more closer to support the Israeli state against the Palestinians, and then to take some distance, even a big distance, with de Gaulle's and Chirac policy before, and even Mitterrand policy. And the socialist that was president after Sarkozy went on with the same policy of clear support to Israel on the Palestinian issue. The formal policy remains the same, which means two states policy, but in fact, the support for Israel, political support to Israel was much more clear. And Macron is, I would say, the one who put it on the table. Well, he said, for example, publicly in front of Netanyahu that anti-Zionism is the new face of anti-Semitism, which is a clear support to Israel against all those who are critical towards Zionism, and including Jews, by the way. Anyway, Macron from the beginning, and in this crisis, the first thing that the Prime Minister, French Foreign Minister, what she had to say is ask herself: is it a crime? What the Hamas did? Is it a crime war or a crime against humanity? Well, you may argue about that, but she had not a single way. When she said that, she had not a single way about what was happening in Gaza. She spoke only on the crime committed against the Israelis around Gaza.
Indeed, and Emmanuel Macron's government has faced criticism in the immediate aftermath. If you recall, the Interior Minister did ban pro-Palestinian demonstrations to take place. Has his statement alongside Benjamin Netanyahu today, where he did call for a two-state solution, he did talk about what's going on in the West Bank and the need to stop the expansion of settlements, will those statements appeal to the segment of French society who think that France has gone too one-sided in this conflict? Yes,
I think what's Macron. First of all, I believe many people have told you that the coming of Macron to Israel and Palestine is extremely late. You know, so many other prime ministers have come before him. Well, I think he's quite isolated, and he's what can I say? He's not the brightest politician on earth, you know, and he thinks of himself very well. But in my opinion, he has a very bizarre way to think about politics.
But let's talk about Hamas itself, because today, alongside Benjamin Netanyahu, we had Emmanuel Macron sort of link what ISIS did here in France to what Hamas has done in Israel.
Yes. So what? If there is something what is your question? I can't understand.
My question is, he did propose this anti-ISIS coalition. I just want to figure out how it's going to work when we only have the European Union and United States who consider Hamas a terrorist organization.
Yes. I don't know. I can't predict the future. I know that if you say that, so you are making a political mistake. because Hamas is not ISIS. I know Netanyahu is repeating that, but if you want to understand the Middle East and precisely the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, you need to understand that Hamas has quitted the Muslim Brothers. It's a political, a nationalist religious movement. It is not ISIS that intend to have Sharia over the world. It is a movement, it is a Palestinian movement, a national movement, which is religious. And this is extremely different.
But Sylvain, also it begs the question, if you go and take away ISIS and dismantle them politically like Benjamin Netanyahu says he wants to do, what do you replace it with, considering Fatah and Mahmoud Abbas is losing legitimacy where he is?
Yeah. Well, there is a big point, a big issue. Netanyahu promised to the Israeli people that he will erase Hamas. They will not exist anymore. Well, what I see is that slowly, one after the other, people tell him, including, I think, generals of its own army, this is only blah, blah, blah to erase Hamas, because you can kill a lot of people. If you expel the whole population, you may hope to erase Hamas, at least inside Gaza. But if you don't do that, and I don't think it will be possible for the Israeli army to do that, then this is just talking, erasing Hamas. But it's not, if you don't understand that this is a political nationalist movement and also religious, you don't understand why it will raise again. So I think, I don't know exactly what are the debates inside the coalition and inside, but here and there, when I read every day the Israeli press, what is absolutely obvious is that they are divided. It takes time, more and more time, because what does it mean precisely to erase Hamas? Hamas is deeply, you know what, I know many people in Gaza that they hate Hamas, they don't like them, but they will support Hamas because they're nationalists and they want this occupation to stop.
Indeed.
So what's happening here is I see today that Netanyahu has not the intention to expel the whole population. They moved half of the population. They couldn't expel it. And if this continues, they will kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
But politically, what will they do? They will not erase the strength of Hamas in Gaza. And they will strengthen it in the West Bank.
Sylvain Cypel, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on the program today with your perspective.